Okay. Good evening and welcome to another conversation with Safe Space. My name is Sharice and I am the host of Safe Space. And today, this evening, we have Candice. What I always want my viewers to know that Safe Space is a conversational panel that is intended to be free of judgment, free of harassment, and free of emotional harm. We ask that you keep an open mind, be receptive to different perspectives, be okay with being uncomfortable. So now I'm going to go ahead and allow our Candice to introduce herself.
I'm Candice Parker. I am the CEO and founder of True Glow Body and Soul LLC. And my business is pretty much not what I got my degree in. I got my degree in kinesiology. So, bachelor's in kinesiology, minor in dance performance. So, that's me.
Now, what is kinesiology?
Kinesiology is the study of movement. So, basically, exercise science, pretty much. So, I could be a trainer if I wanted to. Work in the gym. I can do occupational therapy, physical therapy, stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's really interesting. And so, take us on this journey with you. So, you graduate from college. Then you're opening up your own business. How does that work?
I think at the time I was actually working at a gym at the time. And I just remember one day I ain't had no lotion. Like I just didn't have any lotion in the house. I don't know what I was using. I think I was just using plain coconut oil. And I didn't want to go buy some because I was at the point where I was looking at the labels for everything, food, products, so I went on YouTube and I was like, I'm about to make my own lotion just for me, right? So I picked shea butter because shea butter is the universal butters. Like I use that for everything. So went on YouTube, learned how to make my own shea butter mix with oils and things like that. And my first recipe, it was just for me. Like I wasn't really trying to, sell it or anything. But then people started to use it and they were like, oh, this is really good. Like, can I have some? And I'm like, light bulb, like, oh, maybe I should make this for real and sell it. And that's literally how I came up with True Glow. So that's how it started.
And so where did you come up with the name? I love the name True Glow.
Honestly, I really just thought about something that would represent me and how I felt. Coming from college, like trying to find my place in the world, you know how they say the glow up. So
okay,
it just clicked. I don't know. I kind of played with names for a while, and then I'm like, I want something with glow. I know for sure I want something that says glow, but glow what? And then I was like, oh, True Glow. And I was
okay.
like, oh, I got a ring to it. So literally,
yeah, it works because I definitely love the name. I definitely love the name.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, I definitely. And her products are great, by the way. She definitely has great products. So, what products do you have in your company? Because I've tried the lotion. It was body butter or body lotion, whatever it was. It smelled great and it felt wonderful on my skin. Okay.
So I sell body butters, waist beads, head wraps, and I just started making wire wrapped crystal jewelry.
Yeah, and I love your crystal jewelry. It's hanging in my car.
You did say that. I remember when I saw you at church. I was like, oh,
yes. Yeah. So now, what made you? Now, how do you make that transition into crystal jewelry? Because it sounded like you just started off with health products for your body, your skincare line, like a skincare line.
So at first I wanted to do skincare. Like I still have actually a facial toner, and like as I was trying to get into making soaps and stuff like that, it dawned on me, it's like, I don't want to do this. So it's like, I don't want to make products just to make a profit. I actually want
Okay.
to enjoy what I'm making and actually, use what I'm making. So it was kind of like, okay, like I'll just stick to body butters because I actually love making this and this is what people want, and I was seeing a lot of people that I know personally having skincare lines, and I'm like, yo, like they got it. Like I'm gonna leave that to them because that's not really what I want to do. But
Mhm.
I tried to think about, okay, so what is it that you like? What is it that you can see yourself making that you actually wear, that you actually enjoy, and that you love spending your money on? Like, what do I like
Mhm.
spending my money on? So whenever I go to expos and pop-up shops, I
Mhm.
buy hair wraps, crystal
Okay.
jewelry,
Okay.
stuff like waist beads. And at the time I was struggling with my weight, and I've never been the type of person to like the numbers on the scale because I've always weighed more than how I looked and how I felt. So I'm like, oh, let me just forget the numbers. So I got into wearing waist beads. So I'm like, these actually look good on me. These make me feel a certain type of way. So let me see. So I just made some and I just gave them to my friends, and they're like, yo, I really like these. And learning about what they kind of represent as far as like different cultures and things like that. Some people use that as a trend, but it's really have been waist beads have been used
Mhm.
for a very long time, especially in African culture. So I was like, okay, this is I love making them.
So it sounds like your business seems like it's like a coming of age
Yes,
story. You finding
absolutely,
yourself, finding your place in the world, being comfortable in your skin,
yep.
glowing in your skin,
Glowing.
and who, yes,
Yep.
and finding out who is
Who
Candace
I am.
and making your place in this world. Now, with that, what was some of the struggles that you encountered starting your own business? Because in the world, and I know for myself, it always seems like, oh, you make out your business plan, you go to the bank, you apply for the loan, you get the loan, and then now your business is financed. That's not the true process of entrepreneurs.
One no loan. There was no loan at all. I literally did it with whatever money I had at the time. So it was more so of, let me write down what I think I want to make. Let me figure out how much product is gonna cost for me to make this stuff, and let me just see how it goes. That's literally how I started. It
Mhm.
wasn't like, no, okay, I want to make this much by this much. No, it was kind of like, let me just
There was
see.
no business plan.
There was no business plan
You had a plan for your
whatsoever.
business, but not a business plan.
Not a business, exactly. So I literally was like, let me just see how this goes, and I took the money that I needed at the time to buy specific products. So let's take my body butters. I bought my jars, I bought my ingredients, and I based it off of, let's see how much product I'm actually making, how much profit I can make off of it, and that's how I started. But now, like going through it, I kind of have like kind of like a business plan, but it's still not like,
Mhm.
oh, in 5 years I want to be here.
Right.
I'm not necessarily doing it for the the money. I guess you could say the money is
So you're
good, but
making smart decisions in the
yes,
moment.
yes, yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. That's because I know with me starting my t-shirt brand, I was at a total loss. And some of the YouTube channels, they make it seem so easy. And I'm thinking, I was like, I don't feel like making like a 5 or 10 page business plan.
I know.
I don't have, for one, I don't have time for that. Who has time for that? And then you think about the cost that goes with that. If you pay someone, which they deserve to be paid because that's a lot of time and work. That's a lot of effort. And I'm like, okay, that's a couple $100 that I definitely don't have for a
Absolutely.
business plan, then to apply for a loan. And so a young lady should know that whatever you have in your savings, that's how you can actually start your business. So
Mhm.
don't get intimidated by the business plan, applying for the loan, or
Mhm.
anything like that. Just whatever you had in your savings, that's how you start it.
How I started, literally with a couple. dollars.
A
Absolutely.
couple hundred. So there is no, oh, well, I had like a $5,000 savings that I was able to invest.
Absolutely. No.
So to my
No.
young ladies, to my entrepreneurs, to my young people, you don't have to have thousands of dollars to start your dream. You don't.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Now, with this, what are some of the struggles? Because once you actually started making your products, it wasn't like, okay, I've made my product, now everything is selling. What were some of the struggles that you went through in the beginning?
One main struggle that I still struggle with today is marketing. You have to be like social media savvy, which I am not. I do not. Me posting something every day and running a business page, doing all this was not. It's time consuming, which at the time I really don't have. I'm still trying to work a full-time job. Now I'm a full-time mom. So it's like taking all of that and then trying to be on Instagram, Facebook, posting, and you almost have
Every
literally
hour.
you literally have to have somebody else do that for you, which most companies have, which a lot of people will not tell you. Like people that have small businesses, sometimes they do have somebody else running their social media and promoting for them and doing their marketing for them. I don't have anybody to do that. So I'm literally doing everything myself. So marketing was literally my number one thing because I was mostly selling from word of mouth. Like somebody would buy it and then, hey, I heard you sell this. My friend so-and-so told me to try this. And that's literally how I got started. Next one is, I mentioned it, but time. Like my time was very limited. Trying to work full time, still trying to be a dancer and going to practices, and then coming home and not wanting to work. Like I literally just worked all day. I just went to a 2-hour dance practice. Who finna come home and make some body butter? Like literally, it was a struggle to try to manage my time, which I still kind of struggle with now too. So those were my biggest two struggles, not necessarily anything else, and sometimes motivation too. Like at the time when I was thinking about doing skincare, I knew a lot of people that were starting to do skincare too, and they were booming. Like business was like gone. So my motivation was kind of like depleting. I'm like, dang, like, so what? Like, should I really be doing skincare? Second guessing myself just because I'm seeing other people do something that I feel like I need to do, but learning that my timing is different than somebody else's. I can't be on anybody else's time but my own, and I'll get there when it's time for me to get there. So I
And
had to
what God has for
learn.
you, He has for
It
you.
is, yes. So I had to learn how to be in my own lane and not worry about where other people are. So those are literally my main three struggles right now.
And
And since
that
the beginning.
and that's what I think about a lot. Because when you go to the store, how many loaves of bread are on the shelf? There are
Yep.
so many different loaves of bread, and all of them are selling out. And people choose each loaf of bread for whatever reason they like that particular loaf. So, with multiple companies, entrepreneurs having their skincare line, it doesn't take anything
Right.
away from True Glow. But the time, it is a lot of time, because I know with me as a teacher, then coming home making t-shirts for hours, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. You're right. The motivation, you have to stay motivated. It's like, because
Yeah.
and then if I don't do it, it's not going to get done,
I'm gonna
because
get
there's
done.
no one else going to make the t-shirts. And for you, no one else is going to make the body butter, the lotion, the jewelry. This is
Nope.
all something that you have to. And while we're talking about making your products, you didn't attend a class to make your products. How did you get the knowledge? Where did you gain the knowledge from to, come up with all these different recipes, these ideas?
Research and YouTube has been my best friend. Literally, YouTube has been my best friend. Especially with the body butters. Like I first started watching a video that showed just how to mix, but then I started to research different recipes, and then I kind of made my own from that, just taking what I found and just making it my own. So now, especially with my jewelry, like I watched YouTube videos, but now I'm starting to come up with my own techniques in my own ways. So I just watched it just to get, I'm very visual. So once I see something, I kind of know how to do it without like having to keep rewatching it and stuff like that. So now I can take what I know and just make it my own. So YouTube was definitely like top notch.
Yes, YouTube has been very helpful, even for me with making my t-shirts, because I just came up with like all these different slogans, and my students was like, Miss Munoz, you should put that on a t-shirt. And I was, yeah. And then Antonio, I came up with slogans for him, and I was thinking, it's like, what if I did put it on a t-shirt?
I should put it
on a t-shirt. Yep. And then I looked at the different videos on YouTube, and I started thinking, it's like, I can do that.
I can do that. Yep.
Yeah, that's not difficult. I can do that. I can buy a heat press. I can buy a Cricut machine. I can learn how to use the different software. So yes, definitely looking at the different techniques from other individuals that are in your industry to see what exactly recipes that they, like you said, like what recipes that they use. Okay, now that they've used those particular recipes, now let me incorporate my own flavor into it. That is really awesome. So what advice could you give other young ladies that are out there struggling and intimidated with low, like feeling like I can't do this. This is not me, intimidated by the naysayers? What advice would you give to them?
One piece of advice I would definitely say is go at your own pace. It's not a race. It's a marathon, I guess people say, but no, that's literally serious. Like, take your time, do your research, make sure you're doing something that you love to do and not just to make some money. Because if you love it, you're going to continue to do it. If you just making some money, it'll be easy for you to just be like, okay, I'm not doing that no more, and then all the money that you invested in this business, you now lost. But literally, like, go at your own pace. Don't focus on what anybody else is doing. Focus on what you're doing, and you'll be okay. Literally, if you're doing what you want to do and not following somebody else and like trying to be like somebody else, you'll go far. Definitely.
So it sounds like you're saying for them to be their own authentic self. Don't go at it where your eyes are always focused on a different lane. Stay in your own lane. Because you can't drive looking next door.
Yep.
You can't.
At all. You're going to crash. You're going to crash. If you looking somewhere else and you're supposed to be going straight, but you're looking to the left, you're going to crash. Because
when you're looking straight, you can crash. So if you're looking the other way, you definitely going to crash. Yes, I love that. Definitely. I love that. So True Glow has an event that is coming up this Saturday at 2 to 6 p.m.
Yep.
What is the address?
The address is 358 East 47th Street, and it's at Lux B Studios. So it's like a big panel on there you should be able to see.
So everyone join us on Saturday please go ahead and describe a pop-up, because I've never been a part of a pop-up. This is all new to me. I've shopped at different pop-ups. Like at the festivals where they have all the different stands. So I've done the shopping, but this will be my first time as an actual entrepreneur. So go ahead and tell me how you decided to come up with having your own event.
So I've been a part of a number of pop-up shops just as a business owner. And at first for my birthday is tomorrow. So at first I was like, okay, I'm going to go out of town for my birthday. But then I thought about it like, well, I spend thousands of dollars going out of town when I can make a profit, when I can make a profit, and then people can enjoy themselves and other entrepreneurs can make a profit as well. So I have I believe it's 13 of us. No, 13, not including me. So it's 14 vendors all together. And I kind of did a spin to it because it's my birthday. I'm like, I don't just want to plain pop-up shop. So I'm having a live performance. from V. Armstrong and Cam Redfield. So it's gonna be like a mini concert in a way too. So we're gonna have live music. It's gonna be a great vibe. So I hope everybody comes and shops and enjoy.
Oh
Open bar
yes,
too.
I'm already. I'm
Open bar.
in the zone already. I'm
Yes.
just in that positive space. I cannot wait. It's I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm not going to do too much, but it just sounds like come have a glass of wine,
Yes.
enjoy the music, do
Yes.
some shopping. It sounds really fabulous, and I cannot wait to be a part of this. It's something totally
I
new.
can't wait to buy some shirts.
Yes. Yes. So to all the viewers, definitely come out. This venue is located, Bronzeville
Bronzeville.
is the community.
Yes.
Definitely come out and support, and also come out and wish Candice a happy birthday. And also thank her for coming up with this great idea. And this is also a great opportunity for other entrepreneurs and small business owners who are now starting their own business. They don't necessarily have the outlet and the marketing. So when you're at a venue like this where it draws in customers that may be coming to see a certain vendor, but now you're also in that same space. And so we know what happens when we go to the mall. You may go to the mall for Macy's,
One
but
thing. Yep.
definitely going to hit Ulta and Claire's and
Yep.
the other little shops that are there. So Candice, I want to thank you for being a guest on Safe Space Conversations this evening. You have given my viewers a lot of information, a lot to think about, and making the process real, making it authentic, because a lot of the times we are really intimidated by individuals who seem to they have it all
Have it.
together.
Yep.
They're making thousands of dollars every day in sales, and then it's like, okay, I'm not making $1,000. I didn't
Right.
even sell a product today. So
Right.
they're so being able to let them know to definitely persevere. And like you said, it's a marathon, it's not a race,
Other race.
and enjoying what you love. And I just
That's
want
key.
to thank you. Thank you so much for
Thank
being a
you for
guest.
having me.
Yes. And to all my viewers, thank you for joining us on Conversations with Safe Space. And as always, take a moment to shine your light in the dark. Have a good evening.